Welcome to Relationships. Thank you for joining me. This is a 10-day course, and today is session 7, Boundaries. What are your personal boundaries? Your needs, goals, feelings, and values must be understood by you and your partner in order to keep the relationship happy and respectful. Here are some important basics I've come across with clients and family. 1. I have a niece who has her own separate email account. A husband has his own personal account. I have 2 cousins, husband and wife, who have one mail account. Most couples do not want to share their passwords. Take nothing for granted. Ask. 2. I was at a London, England bus stop, and 2 men made a fuss about kissing each other. Public displays of affection work for some, not all. What are your feelings about public displays of affection? Does the woman sharing your life feel the same way? Does the man? 3. How often do you text your significant other? Once a day? Once an hour? Are your texts welcome or an intrusion? Communicate. 4. Some people grow up in a family that is absolutely connected. In spite of everyone being married, they still want to know where you are and what's happening. I have relatives who do not want to share anything. As an example, have you made clear that you need to spend time each week with your sister or brother? 5. Do you need quiet time every day, every week? I have 2 very different friends. One was raised as an only child. The other is a twin. The friend who is the only child is retired and maintains his own separate residence. Every week he spends 2 or more days alone. His partner works 10 hours a day from his home. It works for them. The twin has different boundaries. He's accustomed to being with someone 24/7. He made it clear up front that he required a full-on, full-time relationship. Very different needs. But each friend found the person who would accommodate their boundaries. They appear to be living happily ever after. 6. Does touching always have to lead to sex? This question came up often in my practice. Pay attention to how you feel about touching. Make it clear you like to touch and be touched, but not always as a prelude to sex. Since you're in a relationship, I ask, are you aware of your partner's boundaries? Have you been listening? Boundaries in a relationship help each person figure out where he or she begins and ends. Boundaries help you define what you are comfortable with and how you would like to be treated. Boundaries refer to limits that you put in place to protect your well-being. You will like yourself if you state your boundaries clearly and your partner respects your wishes. A typical situation I have come across. Don't surprise me by bringing home a guest. Call first. Another boundary I have worked with. It's not okay for your parents to just stop by. They must call first. Boundaries in a relationship can affect your stress levels. If your boundaries are disrespected, if your spouse chooses to compromise your boundaries because he or she does not agree, strife ensues. However, whether you agree or disagree, if you hear the needs of the most important person in your life, If you choose to pay attention, you add to the respect and good feelings between the two of you. Here are examples of healthy boundaries in a relationship. 1. Ask permission. If the guys are going to a game on Saturday, ask permission, so to speak. Honey, I know we were planning to go shopping for a new sofa, but... Or, I know I promised to visit your mother in the hospital, but the girls at work want to take me out for. It's about respect. 2. Just as you want your feelings to be taken into account before a decision is made, mirror the most important behavior. Think of your partner's possible emotional reaction. Be respectful. 3. If your partner gives up yoga so you can shop for a new car, show gratitude. Thank you goes a long way. It says you're not taking kindness for granted. 4. Be absolutely honest. Because you know your spouse's boundaries and you're asking for a compromise, be absolutely honest about what is happening and why. Feed respect. 5. Allow yourself to be independent on occasion. If you want to see a chick flick, do it. If you want to seek independent counseling, do it. Do not be dependent on each other to get things done. 6. You're bound to be different. Opposites attract. Absolutely. Respect each other's opinion, perspective, and feelings. One big exception. If you're going to raise children, be sure you agree on the basics. 7. However you're made, whatever your responses in the past, today you must listen. You must be emotionally available. Practice, practice, practice. I'd like to end boundaries with a quote I found online by www.loveisrespect.org. It can be helpful to think through your own boundaries, no matter what your relationship status is. Start by paying attention to how you feel about and react to situations around you, whether in real life or in shows or movies you watch. What makes you feel uncomfortable? What's important to you? What do you want to keep private? Is there any type of behavior or trait that would not fly with you? Ever. Sometimes called a deal breaker. It might be helpful to write down some of your thoughts. End quote. Thank you for going on this journey with me. See you for 8.